If you're in the market for one of the sexiest SUVs and you're not wanting to buy a Lamborghini Urus, the next best thing is what we have today, a 2022 Audi RSQ8 here at Infiniti of Clearwater in Daytona Gray Pearl. We have the black optic package, which we got the 23-inch 5Y spoke wheels. Inside, we have the luxury package, which adds massage seats to the front, leather on the upper door panel, power sunshades for the back seats. Tack on the executive package, which gives you the soft closed doors, heads up display, rear heated seats. Who's the competition? BMW X5M competition, Mercedes AMG GLS 63S, Porsche Cayenne GTS. But when you have more or less a Lamborghini, about 0.1 seconds 0 to 60 slower, half the price tag, really who's going to be the best? I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and I'm going to go over all the specs and details starting now. The Audi RSQ8 definitely stands itself in its own plateau. Black optic package, that's going to start with the single frame grille, the mask that's going to get the gloss black. We have the carbon fiber that's surrounding it, and even on the lower bit that brushes into your side air curtain, that's also with the gloss black. Animated LED daytime running, LED headlamps. They make some of the best structures for their lighting in the front. The 48-volt mild hybrid system is connected to the camera system for greater efficiency. So when you're stopped and the vehicle is moving forward, you don't even have to release the brake. The vehicle will automatically engage so you can begin to move forward. The cylinder on demand, it deactivates cylinder 2, 3, 5, and 8 by switching off fuel injection and ignition, closing the intake and exhaust valves. This happens in just milliseconds, and they are reactivated immediately when you drive or push the pedal hard. Everything is polished in that Daytona gray, even on the side trim that's over these 23-inch Y-spoke rotor design wheels, and it brushes into the flared out fenders, gloss black over all the window caps and on your roof rail. We get the carbon fiber insert on the side view mirror. Working to the back with the animated LED tail lamps, it's a light bar that goes across. Underneath it, we get the carbon fiber blacked out Audi rings and badging with the side vents that are non-functional underneath it, and then brushing into more carbon fiber. You get the grille design, the oval dual exhaust with the diffuser in the center, towing up to 7,700 pounds. But because of the setup and how aggressive it looks into the rear, I wouldn't cut the back. I just leave it the way it is and tell people, you know what? I can tow more than almost any of the rivals. Comparing it against the Lamborghini Urus, about 1.5 inches taller, almost 1.5 inches less than the Lamborghini, and the BMW will be wider. It's going to sit a little lower, whereas the Lamborghini is going to sit up a little higher, even on the front fascia. You're going to have that long hood that represents the luxury in the Audi, a wheelbase at 117.9 inches, a length at 197.5 inches. It's not going to be the longest in the category, keeping a sleek low profile. 16.5 inches is the disc reading. It's ventilated. 14.6 ventilated in the rear. Option the ceramic brakes, 10 piston calipers. Audi says that saves 75 pounds per corner. Audi RS tuned adaptive air suspension with active ride stabilization for the front and rear, which basically helps with cornering, keeping this thing on the track. Quattro Sport rear differential. Standard all-wheel steering that will move the rear tires at low speed at a 5 degree, at high speeds up to 1.5 degrees. A 40-60 distribution ratio from front to rear axle, up to 70% can be directed to the front wheels and 85% to the rear wheels. Lower roof spoiler helping with the aerodynamics, gloss black, that's paying attention to detail on that window treatment, and everything from the back just screams performance, and that's what I like. This is not a sleeper. Audi said, you know what, we're gonna just throw everything out at you with full performance, almost to a Lamborghini Urus spec. Going inside, power tailgate with cargo at 30.5 cubic feet. We have a 12-volt charger and a storage on the side. LED interior lights. You can also lower the suspension in the rear and you can raise it to make it easier for you. Split fold the rear bench to a 40-20-40 split, maxing the cargo to 60.7 cubic feet. But come on, at the end of the day, all these numbers mean nothing because of the performance that's underneath this thing. Nearly 600 horsepower, nearly 600 pound-feet of torque, twin turbo engine. Let's go inside, start it up so you can hear that exhaust note. Hearing that throaty exhaust note out of the RSQ8 just shows what you're about to get when you see the drive, and they back that performance with a 4.0 liter TFSI twin turbo V8 producing 591 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. That's paired to an 8-speed Tiptronic automatic transmission, achieving 13 to 19 mpgs. That's good for a 0 to 60 around 3.7 seconds, which is about 0.1 seconds slower than the Lamborghini Urus. Quarter mile, 11.6 seconds, which is about 0.3 seconds slower. Half the price yet again. Top speed at 155 miles per hour because we do not have the ceramic brakes. When we're comparing it to BMW, it's about the same speed, 0 to 60. Mercedes, roughly the same speed. Porsche, I mean, we could just go on and on and on. The value that you're getting is a Lamborghini Urus with an Audi badge. Let me know in the comments what you think about the 2022 Audi RSQ8 as we go into the interior, go over the tech, and take this for our test. Entering inside the Audi RSQ8. Soft closed doors, and you're going to receive 41.1 inches of headroom, 40.2 inches of legroom, which is one of the most in its segment. And I like that because in the back it drops off and it gives that performance look. 18-way power adjustments in the cognac, gray contrast stitching, RS badging, they're massaged, they're heated, they're ventilated. We get the carbon fiber on the dash with the gloss black, ambient lighting where it says Quattro badging, and I like the seamless air vents. Modern yet tech it is, so rich. The upper screen is a 10.1 MMI with navigation. We have the pinch. We got the swipe. Click into the home button. Slide it over so you can see all the apps we have. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, streaming, Bluetooth audio. Click into your vehicle. Here you can change everything from your drive, your RS, your seats, air condition, your driver assist. You can also individually tailor your settings, which is a very nice feature that Audi offers. For the dynamics, you can change that too, and you can put it as dynamic mode. You can configure your RS so that way it's a little bit more balanced for your everyday, or if you want full-blown track, I would say do it onto the RS too, so that way you can really hear the performance. You can put it on auto and it'll do its own thing. Click into your seats. Here you can adjust for your cushion extensions. You can also adjust the side and lower bolstering to make this more performance. This is for your massage, and here you can adjust this for the actual seat temperature balance. So I do like the fact that you can really tailor the seat however you like. The ambient lighting, you can do that as well through the interior lights here, and you can change the whole design layout, and that's the way it looks. Switch it to reverse. We have a 360-degree reverse camera, full trajectory, so it's easy to see. 3D view is the best. You can just slide around, you can also move it up, and you can see any objects that's around the vehicle, so that way you're not going to hit anything because these are very large wheels. You can also change it that way. If you don't want the 360, you have a lot of different views that we're going to just click into real quick so you can just see everything for your reversing. For the lower screen, it's an 8.6. This is derived for your climate control, heated ventilated seats. Your driver mode, you can just push it right onto the fly, makes it easy for you there. You can also adjust the rear for your quad climate control, very seamless, and you can just make it synced in. Your gear lever with the perforated leather. We got the carbon fiber down the side with the gloss black, and I do like the setup here. Area that you can put your key fob, there it is, the RSQ8. The only thing that you're gonna find of hard materials are these cup holders, which make it easier for you to clean if you spill. Elbows are going to be more sport derived, but you expect that in this tier. Open up inside and you get your Audi phone box, 2 USB ports, and a little storage. And you can also adjust this forward or backwards, depending on how tall you are, to basically tailor even the center cluster, which I like that. Leather wrap 3-spoke RS with the perforated. You get the multi-function. We get the RS buttons, paddle shifters with the gloss black, the gauge cluster. You can go through an array of information. Audi does a really good job with their screens and giving you all types of information. You can also zoom in and zoom out for that navigation. And that's going to change it to the boomerang. Click into the RS, heads-up display, blind spot monitoring right there, so everything's viewable. The door panel gets the upper leather, you get the Alcantara, carbon fiber, and you get the ambient lighting underneath. Memory for the driver, one touch up and down, dual pane windows, soft where you rest your elbows. Storage pocket is nice and large to open the tailgate and the Bang & Olufsen sound system. And we have a large pano moonroof that does go all the way to the back seat. It's not as wide as some of the rivals, but let's see how I look in the back. For the back seat, I'm at 38.1 inches of headroom, 40.2 inches of legroom. 6'3", my dimensions at around 185 pounds. I fit without any issues. We have your dual climate control, ventilated heated rear seats, 2 USB-C ports at 12 volts, storage behind both of the front seats. The floor is not completely flat. However, this is a wider vehicle. The rear track is almost 67 inches, and you can feel that even in the back seat because the way it just kind of brushes towards there. So very sport derived. We have the power sunshades because of that executive package. And for your elbows, it's going to be more sport derived. The only disadvantage is where these cup holders are stationed. 16.9 ounce is pretty much what you're gonna fit, but then you don't really have a lot of room for your actual elbow or even the arm to rest. One touch up and down for your windows. Open up, you got a little ashtray. It's soft where you rest your elbows and a large, deep storage pocket. Bang & Olufsen comes into the rear. Sitting into the center, headroom is not necessarily an issue if I kind of sit back here. Legroom, no issues at all. I am going to be sharing feet, butt, shoulder space. You can fit your feet up in the center if you want to sit like this. And it's going to be a little bit, not abnormal, just a little bit uncomfortable. But these seats do recline, which you can fold them back. And it's just really a touch, but you can adjust them forward. And this is quite a bit, so it increases the cargo space. So it actually makes this an everyday vehicle plus a sports car all in between. Comparing it to the rivals, this is going to have the most leg space. Head space is pretty much about the same. You do lose a little bit because of the way the headliner goes downwards, maybe about an inch or two from a Q7, but they don't make an RSQ7, so you have to go to this level. Taking the 2022 Audi RSQ8 out on our test run, 591 horsepower, over 590 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60, Audi says, at 3.7 seconds. At top speed, 155 miles per hour. Is this something that is better than a Lamborghini Urus? I think so, because of what you're getting as a total package. I mean, it's detuned just a touch, smaller in length, so I do like that. Visibility, you sit up really well. As for the drive feel, well, we have it in RS1. We are going to see how well she performs with the adaptive suspension as well. First, we're going to just drive it normal. it drives very settle. So if you don't need the power, you don't really hear anything. Audis are known to be super quiet, like a library. They're the most quiet vehicles on the road. You don't hear anything. These are upgraded 23-inch wheels too. So whenever you're considering, well, you know, you're gonna hear this, you actually hear no noise. It's so quiet. And if you need to liven it up, just put it on. So that way we can actually hear that exhaust note and we're gonna see the performance. RS tuned adaptive suspension. Quattro, so you have your 4-wheel drive capabilities. It's all-round performance. This is a track-ready vehicle. We do not have the ceramic brake package. That's about $10,000. If you're gonna take it on the track, then I would recommend it. If not, you can do without it, because for an everyday use, I mean, it's gonna unlock a top speed that's a lot more, and it's gonna be maybe 1 mile less than the Urus, but you're not gonna be able to do that without going to jail. Here we go. It's so much performance underneath it that it is insane. The only disadvantage though is, unless you're hitting over a 3 RPM, you cannot hear that detuned Lamborghini engine. And I want to hear it because I'm paying extra for it. So for me, I would be driving this vehicle all the time in sport mode, so I'm not going to be getting optimal gas consumption. However, if I need to do some maneuverability, look at this. You can do so on the fly. It's not that long of a vehicle, so getting in and out of traffic is not going to be a problem at all. Driving it on the interstate, does it get a little bit more noisy? Some of the air noise does filter in, but they do such a great job with the sound dampening that it's hard to complain, because I have 23-inch wheels. Now, there is 3 things I like and 3 things that I dislike. Is anything more than that, I'd be buying this RSQ8. The 3 things that I like is you're not only getting raw performance, you're getting safety, you're getting all the technology. Audi is one of the most tech-driven vehicles. Most cars are catching up to it. So if we're comparing it to the Porsche is just now integrating systems that are similar to this. They're typically 3 to 4 years behind. The second thing that I like about the vehicle, detuned Lamborghini Urus engine. And what I mean by that is what I'm going to show you. Here we go. Super quick. I mean, what's going to happen is you're going to pull up next to somebody in a red light. They're not going to notice what it is, even though you got these huge wheels and how much dynamics are on the side. They're going to think, it's an Audi. And then the light turns green and boom, you're gone. They're literally a dot in your side view mirror. The last thing that I like is how the back seat has the most width and the most leg space. Head space is not going to be the best, but you can still fit 3 adults my dimensions. If you're going on a long journey, you're tackling that box. If you need a tow, you already tick that box as well, because you got 7,700 pounds of towing in this track-tuned powerhouse. 3 things that I dislike about the vehicle. Starts off with, we don't hear that exhaust note as much as you do on the exterior because it's so quiet. So yes, there's a huge benefit for it, because if I'm going on a long journey, I'm gonna forget that I'm in this crazy 591 horsepower vehicle. But I also want to realize that every time I drive it, and the hood doesn't necessarily project it, and it feels like a sleeper in the interior. The second thing that I dislike about the vehicle is the seat adjustments. You're not getting 20-way power adjustments like you would in the Benz or the Beamer. You're getting a good massage though. The massage seats in this is actually superior to the 2, but they kind of do the same thing as Porsche. And when you're in a price tag of anywhere from 130 to 150s, you really want 20-way power adjustments. The last thing that I dislike about the vehicle is when you have it in comfort mode, it actually has a little bit of weight to the pedal, in the sense that the vehicle feels heavier than it is. You obviously can alter that and put it into your dynamics or your RS1 or RS2, and it's going to feel ultra light. It just makes the twin turbo feel a little bit less peppy. So what I mean by that is, look, when I push the pedal, and then it just goes. So you have a little bit more lag in it, and obviously you're going to be getting better gas consumption, but because I'm in such a powerhouse, I probably wouldn't be driving that way anyway, so I'm going to put it back into the RS2. Turn radius at more or less a stop point. That's what we're going to try to achieve. Pretty good, about 2 lanes, RS2. Almost 0 lag. It is insane. The brakes, do you need the carbon ceramic? Yeah, you could do it if you're going on the track, but otherwise, look at this. Nice grip to it. The fact that you're getting all this power is insane in a time where everything's going electric. I like to thank Infinity of Clearwater for giving us this 2022 Audi RSQ8 for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, what are you waiting for? Click the next video, the subscribe button, check out the details, merchandise website, and everything we do here at Hawkeye Rides.